So we're back with the most important conversation today about the latest Nigeria second quarter trade report that shows manufacturing exports, the exports of manufactured goods were about 27.5% down in the second quarter of the, and of course you've heard about the manufacturing sector survey in Nigeria by the NOI polls. So let's bring this to the consumers market. And Adim Okwese, one of the economists and research analysts at Financial Derivatives Company, is live here in the studio with us. Adim, good morning. It's good to have you.
Morning,
I'm sure you've listened to everyone on this side. Manufacturing, one of those involved, if you if you don't want to discount cement, but if you go to consumer goods, which cement I'm sure is all about. Again, for Nigerians are very good with manufactured goods, whether we're exporting finished gari or whatever, to other parts of the world. This makes a major component of manufactured goods. We're not manufacturing cars or anything yet, so we're not exporting anything really in that space. This latest data, what does it reveal? What does it tell you?
I think it reveals the improvement in our trade balance was largely due to oil, but it doesn't mean that we're not doing well in manufacturing and agriculture. I think the decline in our manufacturing and agricultural exports was largely due to a stronger currency in Q2 compared to Q1. With the stronger currency, our exports are less competitive. So it's not anything to be worried about. It just means that our currency, it's an improvement in our currency, and that's why exports declined.
Now, how critical is currency to exports?
It is very critical. It's a major component of the metric. If the stronger currency, our exports are less competitive compared to the likes of Ghana, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and so on. But with the weaker currency, our exports are cheaper and more competitive. Yes.
In terms of imports, we're still importing massively.
That is the case, but if we compare from 2016, our imports have declined, and that is testament to the CBN's import substitution drive to, I think, we've started seeing rice, palm oil. We no longer export those products. We no longer import those products. We're now using domestic products, and so we should see an improvement in this trend. I think our balance should continue to improve in Q3, Q4. Yes.
Okay, let's go to some of the burning economic issues. I'm sure what you're talking to in terms of foreign trade is also part of it. But again, August inflation numbers are due tomorrow.
Yes, an interesting number. I think the consensus is that inflation should decline for the seventh consecutive month. I beg your pardon. If we look at the variables that are driving inflation, firstly, we have exchange rates. The exchange rate was stable. I think it was stable between 363 to 367 per dollar. In the 3 weeks in August, I think it depreciated to 370, but that was due to the Hajj pilgrimage. But even if you look at it, 3 naira depreciation is not significant to have any impact on imported inflation. Secondly, there was no supply shock in August, whereas in July, where there was massive floods, heavy rainfall, which caused logistic constraints. But in August, rainfall was more mild, so there was no supply shocks. Thirdly, we have money supply. I think there was a contraction in money supply. Liquidity was very tight. So because of that, the demand pull effect on inflation will be very minimal due to the tight liquidity. Fourthly, we have another key drivers, price of diesel. Price of diesel was very stable between 160, 165. So it was not until the first week of September that we started seeing diesel prices trend higher. So if you take all that together, inflation should be declined marginally. So it's very good for the economy and should strengthen investor confidence.
Okay, now let's go to what's good news and what's bad news. It's technically about the balance of trade.
Yes. So I think our exports, this improvement in exports is very naira positive and also positive for external reserves. So the CBN will be able to sustain this interventionist strategy, and we should see a continued appreciation in our currency.
This is going to be the...
If we couple that with oil prices now, oil price, although is marginally down to 50, it is down today, but it's much higher than it was about 2 weeks ago, and it's $10 per barrel above our benchmark budget price of $44 $44.50.
Now Nigeria is resisting inclusion in OPEC haircut.
That is an interesting meeting. I think the meeting is in September 22nd.
But I think there'll be next week.
Pressure on Nigeria to cut production. But I think we were exempted from any production cut till March 2018. So I think it's been interesting. I think the Nigerian petroleum minister said he will resist it, but it's an interesting development. Interesting thing.
I'm sure Kachukwu must have been smelling something in Vienna and perhaps among his colleagues around the world, because it looks like this is just 1 week before the September 22nd OPEC meeting, and they say Nigeria will resist any cutback. Maybe is sniffing around that some folks may say, hey, Nigeria, step forward. Libya is not yet on the radar.
It is, but the rule, what was in place was that we'll be exempted till March 2018. So it is fair to say that we should be exempted to March 2018.
Yeah, so perhaps Saudi Arabia and Russia may have a rating. You know, those are the big boys, the big elephants in the room. Because right now Saudi Arabia is a little bit of uneasiness with Saudi Arabia when it comes to its oil deal.
They want to IPO
for Aramco
in 20. So there's a lot of pressure
to 2019,
and Russia too. I think they're holding elections in 2018, so there's pressure for higher oil prices too. So
everybody needs this money.
Everybody needs the money, exactly. Yeah.
Everybody needs this oil.
So there's a lot of pressure for oil prices to increase.
So you think we're going to hear more about this between now and next week when this meeting takes place in Vienna. The bad news is the constraints, high-frequency constraints to limit power output. And I'm sure you listened to Dr. Belli of NOI Pulse a few minutes ago.
Yes, I did. It's constraining so much. Loss of power, loss of disco feeders is the major constraint. I think is a consistent problem. But today, all grid power output is up, so that is good news. And hopefully this trend will continue.
Where are we with the market prices? I like checking things out, and if folks just put that out in terms of the retail prices, I just need to check this occasionally to make sure that my pocket isn't bleeding as it shouldn't be.
If you look at those
rice looks like it's a big news.
It's coming down, and although prices are flat week on week, I think if you compare that to August, I think prices have come down significantly. We can already see a trend in rice, in yam, in sugar, and we should continue to see other key commodities decline too because of the harvest. This is the harvest season, so cassava, yam too should also decline further. So it's good for the masses. People are complaining about high food prices, so it's a cause for concern, and we should also look out for that in inflation numbers too.
This is interesting. Okay, am I missing this? There's a new yam. I guess that's the third from the top, if you're looking at the TV screen.
Yes.
And that's down from 1,000 naira to 800 naira per tuber. 800 is still high by my own standards, but we can do 500. But it looks like we have so many factors making this impossible. Bad roads, one of them. And we just heard all about the bad roads this morning.
That's correct. That's correct. But with the harvest, we should see more supply and thus a decline in prices. That is the hope.
I look at rice 50 kg again, and nobody has been able to give me back my single digit per bag. I'm looking at current 15,000, then 16,005, then look at 1 year high 13,500, then 1 year low and a 1 year high of 22,000. I'm not in bed with any of these prices you guys have. The market is showing me that as far 50 kg of rice.
Yeah, prices are still very sticky downwards, but I think things are looking good. We should see the harvest. I keep on saying I think we should see prices trend downwards in coming months. September should be a better reading for food prices. I think we should see food prices decline
in September.
I think.
So should I? But if I'm a little bit smart, then I could perhaps, should I stock in September and close my doors and put a key in my pocket, and then I'm home and dry for the rest of the year?
I think that would be a wise thing to do if you take account that the festive period is already fast approaching. I think if you look at it, 2017 Christmas should be much more bubbly than 2015, 2016. Yes, so that should be a wise decision because food, I think we should see food prices increase during that period because of the higher demand. There's more money in consumers' pockets, so there'll be more demand, and that should.
I think folks that are smarter than me by now would have been. Folks that are smarter than me would have already buy some of this rice, yam, and whatever at these prices. Then when December, whatever comes in, then they're going to come out and price this. What happens during that period? Prices always go up.
Yes. But the thing is, manufacturers have already started preparing for that festive
end of year.
Yes. They've already started opening LCs, because if you don't order your goods now, it wouldn't come in before
60-day, 90-day window.
So they've already started in preparation. So I think you're already late.
I'm late. I'm late to the market. But again, how many bags of rice can I really consume? I just need about half a bag, then a bit of gari. I'm going to take a second look at this for my shopping, whatever. But again, whatever can happen out there to bring a bag of rice down from these double digits, 11,000, 15,000, 13,000, whatever we can do to get our 6,000 naira per bag back. And I remember folks were complaining even at 6,000 naira.
Now it's 15. So it's a problem. It's a big problem.
It's a very big problem out there. Let's leave it there for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And you too. Let me know if you are doing some shopping around this time to see what is going on. Let's Adimo Kwesa from Financial Derivatives Company.